It's time for the review of Riddle Story of the Devil. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tako Azuma has just transferred to the elite Moji Academy, a private girls' boarding school. But there's a catch. She, along with 11 others of her fellow students in Class Black, is an assassin taking part of a challenge to kill their sweet-natured classmate Haru Inosuke. Whenever or whoever succeeds will be granted their deepest desires, no matter the difficulties or costs. However, each assassin only gets one chance. If they fail to kill her, they will be expelled. Despite the extraordinary awards, Tako decides to take a different course of action. Though Haru is a target, the young assassin soon finds herself drawn to the very girl she's supposed to kill. With the entire class out for Haru, Tako refuses to let her friend die, vowing to protect her from the growing bloodlust. Aka no Riddle is based on a Yui Kaijo and Tsune Mikazaka manga series of the same title. Despite premiering while the manga was in the middle of publication, the anime adapts the full story of the manga with a few added additions and alterations. There is a sequel to this anime. It has about 12 episodes. It premiered April 4th, 2014 to June 20th, 2014. Based on the popular manga series, it is action and girl love, and the theme is school. Each episode is 23 minutes per episode and rated R and 17 plus for violence and profanity. Let's get started into the review. One thing that I like about this as like survival, like battle royale type of anime involving a full cast of female assassin is that it takes a different twist on it, because Riddle Story of the Devil, or Kamina Riddle, I feel like the story is illustrated well, particularly since it is a boarding school for women, but especially women assassin, especially kind of being picked with this special class named Black Class, containing 12 assassins whose mission is to kill the target, which is in the same class as well. I think one of the more not really strong points of the anime itself is the element of the story. It didn't run all together. The concept of the battle royale that's usually thrilling, exciting, didn't match up to the same par. And I feel like you're taking anime and doing a manga adaptation, but still, since the manga is still in publication, it had to change a few things, alter a few things in the original writing material. But I feel like the story didn't have the same identity. Furthermore, Akata no Riddle has a plot that is very common. This plot in this anime wasn't really well orchestrated right, and I feel like everything that you were given and shown was very particular from the very beginning, and the ending looked kind of like really forced. There are a couple of full plot holes that still felt a little empty until the very end of the story, and I felt like the animation, was pretty standard, as well as the character design, and it just didn't fit with the whole story feel or how it was portraying, especially the main characters who were portraying as assassins, and the design is very simple and nothing extraordinary. I feel like also in terms of like the intro and outro is very simple, very average. I feel like the opening song was very like lively and upbeat, and the end song was quite interesting because each episode had their own end song. And while the voice actors do a great job of bringing their characters to life, I feel like the character development could have been more deepened on a more story level, because let alone you have 12 episodes, you have 12 assassins. I feel like each episode focuses on the assassin trying to kill Haru, but then you're only giving that character a short amount of time in the spotlight, which I feel like that was very unfair. I feel like the anime kind of is forced to tell us the character's past, but did not notice how to make a greater impact on the character development for each of the characters and each of the assassins, and that kind of just backfired on them. I feel like the main character has a not very strong motivation of why they switch automatically to helping their target who they're supposed to kill. And I feel like in Akame no Riddle that despite like the story and the character development and not the character not advancing to how I wanted to develop, I feel like it's very sad, because I feel like you had a lot of potential fleshing out all the assassins and their backstories and why they came to do what they did. And also you could have given a much stronger, more force of nature to why the one assassin just switched sides all suddenly when she's supposed to be given the opportunity to kill someone. And also the target itself, like they go more details of why they had to kill her, but like it wasn't strong enough to like that's the only reason why. I feel like if that's the reason why to kill her, that would have been much more of a butterfly effect and would have blown up back in their faces, or somehow the school would have been able to handle it of why they had to kill this particular target in the first place. And I feel like each assassin, they had different personalities and different methods of killing of their choice, but I feel like you could have fleshed them out even more and like how they came to their style of killing and how they got into the business of assassination in the first place. I feel like also the manga also may have different twists on it, especially with the different ending in the manga then versus the anime. And I feel like dividing that whole dark element into an anime, you have to make sure it's translated right. In this case, it wasn't translated right to where, I felt bad for the assassins who couldn't attempt to kill Haru and they were expelled. I feel like they could have gone more with the method of showing like how like different assassins like do disguises or poisoning or whatever the case may be, and bring forth all these personalities in this one strong anime, and also the personality of Haru itself, and why she's this target in the first place, and why did one assassin just switch side, because the only excuse they gave her is that she is like drawn to her. But I feel like other than that, the themes dealt with the show was like talking about like friendship, jealousy, regret, or vengeance. And that's the basic human nature and darkness where some of the characters seem to have trouble on life-based experiences on various aspects that we are given. I think also like the girls like fight for justice, the role of heroes and heroes, rather than the figures of admiration. But I think it's worth saying that the main character who kind of turns sides of the assassin, like you see that relationship's growing, but I feel like it could have been more of a stronger development of their relationship and a testing of human nature versus instinct. And I think overall that it could have been done really well. It just wasn't. And then also like all the gags, all the torture scenes, and a little bit of Yuri vibe between some of the characters. I feel like that shouldn't be, wasn't done well. I feel like, where it's a more of a mature setting, mature anime, that these girls are dead that series are kind of one person, and then when comedy does kind of play to even out the playing field, it doesn't balance itself out right. And I think also with the grotesque like survival game nature, it just hit or miss, and this how I think it really is truly just missed its mark. So sadly, I had to give this anime like a 6 out of 10. I just wish they did more to flesh out the characters even more, to wipe out more of a distinct connection to them, where like kind of was like ruin them for kind of trying to kill the other protagonist, or like for the main protagonist to have a stronger motivation to protect this girl who she's suddenly drawn to. But that just wasn't the case for this anime. But let me know what you think, and let me know what your thoughts about Akame no Riddle, and did you have the same agreements when you watched this anime for the first time. But until then, I'll see you really soon. Bye.